All right, folks, here we are. We're going to just go over a few things that I really like and use all the time. Um, the first one we're going to start with is not this, this. This is the Logitech K480 keyboard. Has a 10-inch slot, which will hold a 10.1-inch tablet quite easily. I'll show you a picture of that in a little while. The batteries last on it 7, 8, 9 months. I've changed them at 7 always. I've had it since 2015. I've on my second set of batteries. So um, works perfect. It's got a little knob here. I'll show you another shot of that later. So you can hook up to different devices. Right now it's hooked up to the K480 or the HI12 uh, tablet. But let's move on. Second device that I really like. This is the Chewy High Book. Here's that knob I was talking about once again. Kind of a quick close up for you. You'll see the High Book fits perfectly in here. You hook a mouse to it, use the same cheap mouse I use with the HI12. Bingo! Um, you've got a nice little tablet. I can also plug my ComFast uh, wireless AC adapter into the other USB port from the micro USB to a USB adapter that I got with my Blue Studio phone. All works perfect, and I can run at wireless AC speeds when needed or when available. So that's two of the devices. Now let's move on to my, one of my favorites. This is it's just a screenshot here, but this is a Blue Studio 5-inch Energy 2 phone. Has a Super AMOLED display. It has a 5,000 milliamp battery that literally lasts 3 or 4 days. It's actually harder to kill than the Terminator. Uh, Seriously. Uh, and of course, it always makes me wonder when I see these new 8-inch tablets coming out and they've only got like a 4,200 milliamp battery. That's somebody going cheap because if they can cram a 5,000 milliamp battery into this phone, which is a little thicker than some tablets, but not that thick, it's actually thinner than my HI12, then they can easily cram a 5,000 or 6,000 milliamp battery into those 8-inch tablets. So it's a great phone. Can't find them anymore. They do have a newer one out, but it's only got a 4,900 milliamp battery, but it's a lot thinner. I guess thin is in. I really fully capable of holding something that's 2 millimeters thicker. So let's move on to another of our favorites. Okay, here we got the HI12. This is a 12-inch tablet with an absolutely gorgeous display. Has a battery that lasts forever. Now I'm going to tell you the downsides, at least on the one I got. I can't write to the BIOS and tweak the RAM speeds up to the full 1600 to run in a 1066. I know it probably wouldn't make a great deal of difference, but I think it will get rid of one of the glitches this device has, and that is when you use RAM intensive applications. You end up, if the screen goes off, like let's say you set your screen time out to 2 minutes to save battery. If the screen goes off and you're running, say, Google Chrome, it's over. I mean, Google Chrome's still running, the PC's still running, but you're never going to wake that screen back up again. Never. You have to reset it and do a hard reset back to factory defaults every time. And of course, there's the other downside. I checked with Chewy and they told me to try this and I could hit that and it shouldn't do that. And I was like, well, it does. And they're like, well, here's a BIOS update for the Z8350 version that you have. Okay, well, if you can't write to the BIOS, how do you get it to boot to the flash drive? Yeah, you don't. Doesn't happen. I can work around that. I use Microsoft Edge as much as I hate it, and it works fine. I can open 10 tabs in that. But certain intensive apps like OpenShot to edit a video or the Flashback 5 screen recorder, if I go to the sending one up to the web with it, if it goes to sleep, it's over. It'll finish doing what it was going to do. I just won't know it. And that's, unacceptable. I can live with it. It's still a fantastic tablet. I found the workarounds. You know, I just make sure I don't use highly intensive apps, or if I do, I set my screen time out to 30 minutes because I know it's more than enough. Then I reset it back down to 2. It takes me 5 seconds. Um, so that brings us to our last and most favoritist, sort of. This is what my main server runs on, a Zotac ZBox Nano. This is a CI323. The current one they have out is a CI327. Has a slightly better processor, a 3450. This has the N3150. It's still a pretty quick runner. Um, it's it does everything I need it to do. And anyone who out there tells you, oh, you can't use one of those Celeron processors to edit a video. Well, I beg to differ. I've done it. I, sure, I'm probably not going to do it in some memory hog like Adobe Premiere or whatever. But in OpenShot, I can certainly do it. I could also run a bunch of virtual machines at once. Uh, this thing is a bare bones box when you buy it. You can't buy the 323 anymore. If you can find one used, buy it. Uh, but you pop the cover off. It just has 4 screws at the bottom with little rubber, the rubber feet. You can use your fingers to get them open. Uh, take the cover off, slip in an SSD drive, slip in a RAM or 2 sticks of RAM. You can go up to 8 gig, and that's what I have in mine, and a 240 gig SSD that I got dirt cheap. It, back here, we've got wireless, we've got microphone, headphone jacks, we've got USB 3, 3 or no, USB 2 there, USB C, which is 3.0. On the back, we have about 4 or 5 more ports. Plus, we have DisplayPort out, we have VGA out, and we have HDMI out. All three, your choice. Go for it. You can use it with just about any old monitor. It runs fantastic. It makes absolutely no noise, and it never even gets warm. So that would be the products I like, and that is going to be all for this video today.